Go to your mouth. Check. Cause it's the West Side Stories with Joe and Mejia. Talking comedy and smoking good sense of me. It's the West Side Stories with your host Wes Branner and Joey Mejia. How could it get much better? West Side Stories. What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of West Side Stories Podcast. I am your host, Wesley Brenner. With me, as always, we have the illustrious Joey Mejia.
Don't stop saying illustrious.
I can't think of another adjective.
Stop. Yeah, all right.
Can't think of another adjective. And also joining the podcast for his very first time, we have the very funny comedian Randy Villarba.
How's it going?
What's
Podcast
up, Randy?
World.
Hell yeah.
Thank you, Wes. Thank you, Joey, for having me.
Yep.
Hell yeah, man. Thanks for coming on, dude. Fucking
San Diego's finest.
a vet in the fucking in the San Diego
I serve
scene.
no wars other than our battle for our own consciousness, I guess. But yeah, no. I've been doing comedy now, coming up on 11 years.
Wow, fuck yeah,
Yeah.
dude. That's fucking
No, it's been fun. Most of it out of San Diego. Was in Vegas for about 5 years.
where Stanhope started.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
And then bouncing between there. Did a summer out in Brooklyn. That was fun.
Hell yeah.
But for the most part, was also living in San Clemente, Orange County for about 3 years.
Hell yeah.
So just rotating through, trying to figure this shit out.
That's sick, man. No, it's cool to fucking. I mean, me and Joey are both going on like we're in our second year, or whatever. Going to. I think it's like a year and 7 months or something for me. So.
Yeah.
And
year and change.
year and change. So it's cool to see, talk to somebody who's been in the game for fucking that long and to be able to.
Fuck, it's a blur. To actually vocalize how long I've been doing comedy, but then I watch friends who are now watching their kids graduate. I'm like, yeah, it's been that long. Holy shit.
That's sick.
It's really cool to see the growth of the comics that I started with. Fucking who's landed where.
Yeah.
I mean, anywhere from obscurity to fucking some of the biggest podcasts in the world.
That's epic.
Or fucking network TV.
man.
Just remembering when we were doing fucking some of these shows at like till 2, or some of these comics had to wait outside a bar because they weren't even old enough yet. And then now all these IMDb accolades, it's fucking beautiful.
That's crazy. No, it is probably amazing to just see the growth around you, see the change, see everything, it's fucking, I mean, it's a decade of life. Like, that's epic,
Yeah. I've always been a comedy fan, but just like the exploration of people's art. I mean, we watch comics evolve. I mean, even in 2 years, like you guys started, you guys are basically hitting the mics, with me. Mm-hmm. You've seen comics just blossom.
Yeah, you see people get better, you see people fucking develop jokes or ideas or whatever and polish them, and then fucking you see something like somebody come up with an idea for the first time and you're like, yeah, that's funny, and then you see them like 3 months later and they've like worked it out and they've got tags and all this shit and it goes to a place and it's like, oh shit, dude, that's so cool.
Or like
see.
me, they've built a bunch of fat around what was once a good idea.
Yeah. Just cancerous
just a fat piece of shit.
Disease.
Well, at that point you gotta trim the fat, do some sit-ups, push-ups, pull-ups, figure out what shouldn't be there.
Yeah.
Or if it needs to be that fat mess, love the hell out of that fat joke. Let's just milk every little bit of it.
Hell yeah, dude. The mother's milk.
Yeah, amen.
Good fucking Chili Peppers. First John Frusciante Chili Peppers album. But also you're very big into the music scene too.
Yeah.
Right? You're a musician yourself.
Yeah, musician myself. First instrument, I played saxophone, baritone saxophone. Was in a ska band in the 90s called Broken Pretzel out here in San Diego.
I like that, dude. I like
someone uploaded like our old demo tape. To be honest.
Was it an evil Broken Pretzel?
Evil rival.
Shout out Aaron Trahan.
Love Aaron, dude. Good joke. Ska band started in 95. We're around till about 99. Fortunate to tour 17 states. Real Big Fish, MXPX took us on as feature support acts.
Oh
So,
yeah! Wow, that's
so hit
so
the road
cool,
with those
dude.
guys.
That's amazing.
Aaron, Scott, Dan, Matt, the original guys from Real Big Fish, were
That's
really good
sick.
friends of
That's
ours.
sick. I was just watching a movie that Real Big Fish is in. What is it? It's
Basketball.
basketball.
Yeah.
Basketball.
Yeah,
Real
my friend Billy, who was our manager, is actually the beer keg in that movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's
the guy
sick.
dressed up as the beer keg.
That's hilarious, dude. Joey Diaz is in that movie too. Cameo. Joey Diaz. He's like one of the refs and shit.
Yeah,
Like,
and you're talking about decades. Fuck, man, I'm rewinding 20 years to that. I mean, we were
Yeah.
playing Soma here in San Diego back when it was at its second location on Morena Street.
okay, wow.
Playing Soma main stage a lot.
Hell yeah.
Ska scene, fucking late 90s was amazing in San Diego.
That's so cool. I bet. Yeah, because this is definitely like a kind of a home for that, right? And ska
Southern
and pop,
California,
and pop punk and stuff and fucking like that. Because Blink-182 came up here. You just saw.
Yeah.
the other
Blink
day.
182. They just played Petco Park. In '98, we were actually about to sign a contract to open up for Blink on their Enema of the State tour.
Oh.
Rick Bondi. Basically all we needed to do was finish our tour with Real Big Fish.
Yeah.
Tragically, we came home for a break, and Billy Wynn, our manager, also like best friend,
Yeah.
friends that I grew up with, got killed in a car accident
Oh my
off the
god.
163.
Fuck, dude.
Youngest person in the band was 15.
Oh, what the fuck?
I was 18 at the
Jesus
time.
Christ.
We all decided to take a 6-month break, which was the Enema of the State tour.
Oh,
So we passed that on to, I think, Phoenix CX took the tour.
damn.
They were our opening act at that time.
Yeah.
So,
Fuck.
yeah, dude. So 7 people in a band all went their different ways after that. But look us
Damn.
up, Broken Pretzel on YouTube. You could hear the ska music of the 90s from
Hell yeah.
a whole bunch of Asians, a Mexican, and a Jewish chick.
That's sick.
Oh yeah, and a white drummer, and good times.
That's sick, man. And you grew up in San Diego?
Born and raised, yeah.
Born and raised, hell yeah. That's dope.
Yeah, born and raised, native. Grew up in Terrasana.
Okay, sick. Hell
yeah.
yeah. You do a little trivia thing over there?
Yeah, over at the local pub, JP's Pub, every Monday,
Nice.
7 o'clock. 7 rounds, 49 questions total. I write the questions myself.
Oh, sick.
When it started, I wanted to just kind of get my finger of the pulse of what people know.
Mm-hmm.
So going to the bar, it's really interesting to see what pop culture actually makes it into most people's brain and what just fucking passes through.
Yeah.
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 And then even just recalling, our past, everything from childhood, it's amazing to me. But my favorite topic that I do on Trivia Night is the Mandela effect.
Mm-hmm.
You guys familiar?
Yeah. Nelson Mandela. And
Yeah. How timelines have completely fucking split or are false memories, whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's so much fun to put a bar audience through the Mandela effect, and then
See who's on which side of things, like who remembers it.
Who remembers one way or the other.
Yeah.
Like for instance, like the one that blows my mind. Honestly, it's the "We Are the Champions" by Queen.
Mm-hmm.
What's the last line of the song?
I don't know. Fuck,
Like,
what?
no time for losers.
Okay, yeah.
Because we are the champions.
My friend.
No. It cuts off there. But most people
Oh,
remember it saying
are
"of the world."
champion
But I remember hearing "of the world."
I do remember that too.
But if you listen to the LP, "of the world" doesn't exist.
Whoa, that's
So
crazy.
That's the Mandela effect. Everyone at the bar at JP's yells at me every time I do it. And I'm like, hey, don't blame me. Blame CERN or the Clintons or the fact you guys don't pray. Either way, it's not my fault that we don't remember the past or the past changes. It's weird.
That's hella funny, dude. Yeah, it's funny talking about like so we don't really get super politically anything on this podcast because we
Okay.
just because we just like to fucking not alienate any audience who feels one way or the other, you know. So we're not super, I don't know, opinionated on the pod. But I will say, and obviously it's been a very boring week for politics, you know, like
Oh yeah. No, for
nothing's
sure.
in the, nothing's been in the news.
Nothing's
Yeah.
in the news at all. We have the
Yeah.
Republican National Convention coming up. Everyone's safe and sound.
But I will say one funny thing about the whole like Trump getting fucking, you know, the attempted assassination thing. The funny thing I saw today was did you guys see the thing about Tenacious D?
Oh yeah, Kyle.
Dude,
oh
so
my
Kyle
God.
Gass, so on stage, I don't know if you saw this, but Kyle Gass, you know Tenacious D, the band, and Kyle Gass is the guitar player of Tenacious D. And so they were playing in, I forget where, somewhere, in Australia. They're playing in Australia, I think in Melbourne or something. And then fucking, where they bring Kyle, it's Kyle's 64th birthday, and fucking Jack Black brings him a cake on stage. They blow it out the cake, and then he's like, make a wish, Kyle, and he's like, next time that you or hit Trump next time, or don't miss Trump. Like next time, don't miss Trump. That's what he said. And then they had them deported out of fucking Australia.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Well. At that point, you had a musical performer calling for an assassination.
Yeah,
of
saying
of a former political leader, and that's something that you mentioned. Not getting political.
yeah.
I as an American, I can't stand for that.
No, I don't. No, I don't. No matter what your
Great music, but fuck, dude, like I don't need to align myself with someone calling for someone's.
Exactly. I don't
offing.
agree.
That's
I think it
bullshit.
was a bad move for sure. It was a bad move on Kyle's part to say anything. That's what I'm saying. Just don't get political. Whatever you feel, just don't bring that to
or stand up and suffer the consequences.
or stand up. But the thing is,
Which is what he did.
well, he
suffered the
did. But
consequences.
then Jack Black came out and is like, I don't, agree with what was said at all, and fucking, he canceled all of Tenacious D's upcoming tour, and then he said he's putting a hold on all creative projects with Tenacious D for the time being.
Wow.
So this might have split up the D, bro. Just from Kyle being
Wow.
like, yo, like making a bad joke about Trump should have got assassinated, and now, dude, and so many people too. Like I looked on, like, I mean, obviously it's just like, whatever, haters. But I looked on it and so many people were like, oh, I used to be a fan, man. Used to be a fan. And I'm like,
Love
damn, bro.
Tenacious D.
Oh, I love Tenacious D forever, no matter what.
Kielbasa sausage.
No matter what. And, dude, Kyle quits the band. He'll come back again. You know that song? Kyle quit the band.
So my question, does Jack Black shave the beard now?
I don't know. Why would he shave?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's
I miss his
just a
face.
hide.
I miss his face.
Yeah, he did have a good looking
Really
face.
good face. Like my
Yeah.
favorite role by Jack Black, Cable Guy, because he played a straight man the whole way
with
through.
The cable guy, yeah.
The whole
with
way
Jim
through,
Carrey,
he
yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
outlandish. He was normal.
Yeah,
he was
yeah,
reserved.
Yeah.
It was Jack Black acting at his finest because he
Yeah.
didn't act out.
There's a great scene. One of my favorite Jack Black cameos is him in Bong Water.
Have not seen that movie.
Dude, Bong Water is like a bad, like off fucking shoot, like low budget fucking stoner movie that Luke Wilson stars in.
Oh.
But then he goes, at one point he goes to a cult, and Jack Black is like at the cult. He's part of the cult and shit, and he's like singing like I think he does a Tenacious D song in the movie because he's doing the song about the striped mushroom, the Jesus Ranch.
Okay.
He does this song about Jesus Ranch, and then they do it as a Tenacious D song later. But anyways, he does that song in it, and it's super fucking funny, and it's like. He's talking about like striped mushrooms and shit.
So I had a
like,
question for you, Wes. You're a musician, obviously.
Yeah.
And a comic.
Uh-huh.
What's your opinion of musical comedy? Like as far as like.
Well, so I I love funny music. Like I love Tenacious D. Big fan of Ween. Big fan of Flight of the Conchords. Like
Stephen Lynch
is great.
I don't know who Stephen Lynch.
Stephen Lynch is amazing.
I don't know Stephen Lynch. Maybe I would recognize. One of his
When Grandfather Dies. He has so many great hits.
I don't know, but I do really like musical comedy, but I don't like it. And I'm not gonna say I don't love it. Well, I don't like it, but I don't love it when people bring like a guitar onto a comedy club stage or whatever. But people do whatever they want, you know. Like it's fine. Do your thing. I've seen people do it, and it's kind of cool.
Andy
But
Kaufman.
usually,
Shots fired to Ezra. Right
no,
there.
and
And
that's what
Andy
I'm saying. It's
Kaufman.
not like Ezra does it well. Like
does.
Ezra pulls it off well, where it's not like annoying. It's funny, and he like tells jokes. Ezra's good at it.
Ezra Nolan's good with
Ezra's
it.
very good at it. But there are some people who like they got a
Hill.
ukulele or a fucking guitar or whatever.
One of my favorites. She doesn't play anymore. Allison Gill. She's does the podcast. Was it the Daily Beans? Used to be the Mueller She Wrote podcast. But her and I started at the Blarney Stone in Claremont. She was hosting an open mic back then, but back in the day we were playing music.
Okay.
She integrated comedy with her guitar talent.
Yeah.
I think perfectly. Like most of her set was stand up, and then when she brought up the the songs at the end,
Yeah.
it was a kind of like Stephen Lynch before. Stephen Lynch just did song.
Yeah.
He actually had stand up,
Uh-huh.
and then it went into picking up the guitar.
Yeah.
Kind of
yeah.
like old school fucking Sandler.
Yeah,
like-
okay, and I love how Sandler does it. Like Sandler is so funny. So that's what I'm saying. There are people who do it really well, who I'm like, I fucking love it. But I guess for me, I am like, I try and separate the two worlds, at least because I'm much less experienced at comedy than music. Like I've been playing music for almost like 19 years or something.
Yeah.
Comedy, I'm on my first year and a half or whatever. And so it's just like I want to get to the point with comedy without any kind of crutch for myself or anything, where I feel like if I leaned on the guitar or the music, it would be like a bit of
cheat code.
a little bit of a cheat code, because I'm like, I already know how to do this, so now I just write some funny lines.
Exactly.
And then,
I'm the same boat. I've had a lot of friends ask me how come I'm not playing guitar with my
Yeah.
comedy based on my guitar skills.
yeah,
And I wanted, over the last decade, prove myself that I'm a stand-up.
totally,
Do it
same
through
thing,
joke
yeah,
structure, understanding
sure.
the concept of energy, the room.
for sure.
And I
Yeah.
feel like when you're locked into the music, you're locked into that meter and
Yeah.
vibration of the song you're playing.
Yeah, it's different. Yeah,
And it's difficult to pull off based on the energy of a room dynamic
for sure.
when you're sitting there playing a guitar.
For sure.
It's more applause. Like you'll get more applause. Like for
Yeah.
it than,
I
Yeah,
mean-
it's like that comic who does opera. I forgot what her name
Yeah, I
was.
was gonna say this too. Yeah.
Yeah, like
That
like
happened
like
last
it,
week.
yeah, it always
yeah.
ends with an applause as she beautifully sings. And then I'm just sitting there stone going, where was the joke?
Yeah, exactly. Like, and that's the thing is, it's such a different art form to me, and just out of respect for the art form, I want to just like you're saying, I want to just like work on it, hone the craft, and get to that point where I feel like I've earned the place on the stage from just my jokes and my words and my understanding of that repartee with the crowd and stuff, and not like being like, oh, I'm going to do, like, the guitar's just separate to me. But I would like to write some funny songs at some point, but just do them at a show, playing like a music show.
Do it as an actual music
Exactly,
project. Like
exactly.
for me, like Nerf Herder. Like,
Exactly.
perfect example.
Yeah, okay. I don't know Nerf Herder, but I've heard the name.
Oh,
I've
such
heard
a
the
good
name.
band.
Okay,
Such a good band.
yeah. But
Check out Nerf Herder.
because I love some levity in music, some silliness, some like, you know what I mean, or some cynicalness. Like people fucking hate him because he's such a prick, but Morrissey is one of my favorite songwriters, just from word.
Dude, I was at First Street Bar and Grill listening to 4 comics shitting on Morrissey last night. I shit you not.
Everybody
It was hilarious.
Everybody shits on Morrissey, and I will never defend him. He's a prick, and he's a fucking I love.
don't know him.
It's the Smiths. He's the lead writer for the Smiths, but he's very cynical in a lot of
Girlfriend
the.
in a coma.
Yeah. I know it's serious. There were times when I could have murdered her. Yeah. He just writes a lot of very cynical fucking like lyrics that's like, I just love that shit. Or like I just love shit that like is very like, he's very blunt, or I'm trying to think of another person who is fucking
Okay,
like.
so you like Morrissey. Who else is your shit, Wes?
So like I started with like the Dead a lot. Like I really was into the Dead.
Mad respect.
But like I grew up like my parents have good music taste, and so I grew up like they introduced me to like fucking like through like hip hop, like they introduced me to like Tribe Called Quest and like
Tribe.
Diggable Planets and
Diggable.
fucking De La Soul, shit like that. And then they
I saw Diggable last play over at Solana Beach. The
they're so
Belly Up.
good, so good
So
live, dude. I
good.
saw
Just
them one time live.
have
Amazing,
not missed a
dude.
beat.
Oh my god.
Has not missed a
No,
beat.
they're in
I saw them there, and I saw them at the Music Box here in Little Italy. The last 2 times through San Diego. Fucking
those are good
both
small
epic
venues
shows.
for that. That's
Epic
so
shows.
sick, dude. Yeah, I fucking
So Diggable, Tribe, hip hop.
Yeah, like that. They showed me that stuff. They showed me like jazz, like Miles Davis and like Coltrane and stuff. Funk, like some funky shit, like fucking like Earth, Wind and Fire, and like fucking I don't know. I don't think Rick James was like through my parents, but and like Air, like or 07, like stuff like that. Like just a lot of stuff that like even now I'm finding stuff like what was that band that fucking I just got into a while ago? They're like, God, they have the fucking. They're kind of like a Air 07 vibe. Now I'm totally forgetting the name. Oh, Marchiba, it's like something like that, like Morchiba.
Morchiba.
I gotta look it up.
Morchiba.
Morchiba.
I don't know.
More Chiba Hut. I love Chiba Hut.
I haven't been there yet. I'm excited to try it out.
The AK-47.
Yeah, I think it's
one
more
of my
Chiba.
favorite sandwiches.
And guns.
Is it Morchiba?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Morchiba, dude. Yeah, these guys, Big Calm. This album by Morchiba. You got to listen to that, dude. It's sick. It's from like 94, 93 or something. It's a super good album.
I agree. AK-47, amazing gun. Like literally, you can run it over with a Jeep and still pick it up and still be able to hit the iron sights with it.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. But yeah, and then fucking, and then like over the last couple of years, like I've gotten, more into like fucking, like I got really into the Smiths and into the Cure, and into like fucking, I don't know, I'm a big Talking Heads fan. I love the Talking Heads, but that's been for a long, like 20 years love affair now, and like reggae. I love reggae. I just love like little pieces of almost everything. I got into bass music for a while too
Bass
and
music,
stuff.
nice.
Yeah. I'm less versed on stuff like this is like over the last couple of years I've started learning more on like bands like The Clash and stuff and stuff like that from early
Legit.
fucking post or
before you were born.
Yeah, exactly. Before punk kind of, and like or and that, and then like getting to know those like the I love the history on stuff like the New York punk scene and
you mentioned The Clash. They're definitely in my top 10.
Yeah.
One of my favorite bands, if you guys are out in Denver ever, is a band called the Nuns of Brixton.
Nuns of Brixton.
It's basically these guys dress up like nuns, and then they just play Clash cover band music for like 2-3 hours. It is the best time in Denver. They usually play off Larimer Street. Fucking amazing. If you guys are listening to this, if you're in Denver, check out the Nuns of Brixton. If you want to experience what listening to the Clash is with everyone singing along, like it's such a good experience.
Hell yeah, dude. That's dope.
Yeah, like cover bands for me, I've been falling down the rabbit hole because a lot of the bands that I like aren't even around anymore.
Yeah.
Pink Floyd this last year, I've been chasing Pink Floyd cover bands.
Yeah, I love Pink Floyd.
Brit Floyd came through. They're from Liverpool. They just played the San Diego Open Air Theater at State.
Nice.
And then I went up to Riverside to watch them. Honestly, one of the best renditions of Pink Floyd, if you guys are Pink Floyd fans.
That's sick.
The light show was perfect. They even had Scott Page, the tenor saxophonist who recorded on a couple of the Floyd albums, playing along with them. That's
sick. Funny anecdote about just real quick story about a Pink Floyd. I was playing a farmer's market the other day, like up in Del Mar, and I played like Time or I played Wish You Were Here or something. Like those are the two Floyd songs that I cover usually, and I played one of those, and then fucking home dude walks up to me. This dude walks up after like I'd play. I'd seen him kind of walking around a little bit, but he comes up and he's like, "Hey, he's like, yeah, you played Time, or you played Was You Here? I think it was Time, but I can't remember." He's like, "I played that with the dude who wrote it like many times," and I was like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah," he's like, I used to play like in one of like with Roger Waters' project and shit. He plays keyboards, I think this dude did. His name was Arthur.
Yeah.
And so he fucking was like, yeah, I played with Roger like multiple times. He's played it at MSG.
Nice.
And then there was a couple other places. I forget his full names. I can't give him his daps, but it was just a cool, he was like, oh, I played that with the dude who wrote it. Like, good job. And I'm like, bro,
Pink Floyd
cool.
definitely influential band for me as far as influence musically.
Yeah.
Like Tool, definitely.
Tool's cool.
Tool,
yeah.
if I had to, you mentioned the Grateful Dead, they're there.
Mm-hmm.
But a band for me that I've traveled to see multiple times has been Tool.
Yeah.
Like that experience, the culture that follows that band is very similar to, like the group of people who follow Fish or Widespread Panic or the Dead.
Mm-hmm.
That culture that follows something that's that unifying thread that people discover.
Yeah.
It's always amazing when you meet people from all over the world.
Yeah, the community.
That resonate.
Yeah, the communities
that,
that balance or that like come and are drawn through those different things are really fucking really tight.
Well, yeah, it's just music creates the culture, subculture. We all gravitate together. It's very similar to comedy.
Yeah.
If you look at like the comedy subculture, even just here in San Diego, which to me is a pond. Compared to the fucking ocean that we live in, right?
Yeah.
But even within this pond, you have these subsects of comedy. Like people will fuck with certain comics here and there based upon comedy styles.
Yeah.
And like for me, fuck, I'll you show me here's the goal line, I'll fucking push that. You tell me I can't say this, I'm like, well, I'm a comic.
Yeah.
Fucking challenge accepted.
Yeah.
And we're now living in this day and age where it's just kind of like there's so many rooms and so many clubs, and it's great, and it's allowing us all to blossom. But here in California, specifically, I mean, as I've done comedy elsewhere, the culture of comedy here is very quick for cancel culture, to just fucking wipe people off.
Oh yeah, it's worse where we were in Seattle. Seattle scenes where we came up, and it's
West Coast
PC fucking gatekeeping.
You
like,
head inland, it gets better. You get to Vegas, it gets better. You get to Colorado, it gets better. Like like by that I mean you have more freedom to run. You get to Arizona, it's like the difference of doing like the fucking Santee rooms or the East County rooms versus like a bar mic in La Jolla. Like the bar mic in La Jolla, like
you're gonna get fucking some pushback.
You'll get some pushback. Fucking, you do it on East County, San Diego, you'll get everybody fucking wide open for the laugh.
Yeah.
Like the main difference in testing the rooms in different neighborhoods here in San Diego has taught me, all right, well, if we're in Normal Heights, that's the artsy comedy crowd. The people coming here are looking for that more downshifted approach to comedy. You fucking send me to East County, dude. I want to be as racist as a construction site. That's what everybody's laughing at that shit with their lifted trucks. Like,
and it's good to be able to like, have I hate when you feel so. Like, I mean, you should always rise to the challenge of trying to make any room laugh, I think, but it is annoying when, like, you go somewhere and you're just, like, trying to work on something new that you just wrote.
Especially
and then, then you're like, oh, I can't work on this because I'm just going to get such a negative reaction in this specific room of people that it's not going to be productive to try and, like, work the joke out there.
But we've done enough mics to know that you'll get that fucked audience.
Yeah.
Where the comic before you or even your own set derailed everyone's attention. That happened to me at a Imperial Steakhouse like fucking
that's
about a month ago.
Dude, that's such a rough room for me. Every time.
I've done that room steady for about a year, and then just packed room, and they were giving me nothing. Like I got heckled off the first joke.
Yeah.
Then all right, cool. We're doing crowd work. Zeroed in on the guy. Fucking
Yeah.
got a couple laughs, but like when you get stuck in those situations, it's
Yeah.
like you're still trying to aim for the laugh.
Yeah.
And sometimes you just get buried.
For
You
sure.
get buried by all these people that are just, I don't know.
I feel
Like they are quick to be too sensitive when you start punching your way out of a hole. I've noticed that with audiences.
Yeah.
And I also know that I've gotten very aggressive with my comedy. But I look at I look at the comics that I'm into.
Yeah.
It's like to say Lenny Bruce wasn't fucking aggressive. Like he's
Yeah.
on my Rushmore.
Yeah.
Fucking Carlin, that man's on my Rushmore.
Yeah.
Like that guy was fucking aggressive as fuck.
Yeah.
Russell Brand, to me, comedically,
Yeah.
fucking.
I love
That guy's
Brand.
on my Rushmore,
It's
even though
hilarious.
he's British.
Yeah. Even though he's British.
Like, yeah, that man belongs.
That's a check against him, but
it's a check against him. But like, I think George Washington was. Where was he born under a cherry tree?
I like Ricky. I love Ricky Gervais too, and he's British.
And like I'd say, like the fourth final on mine is Geraldo.
Yeah.
So it's like if you piece together, like those guys never.
Greg Giraldo.
Yeah, Greg Giraldo. Yeah, like never, like they never pull punches. Like, and we're always there to make people feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, no, you gotta fucking just be you and lean into your voice, learn your voice, whatever that is. Not like.
And as I was telling Bankers Hill to go fuck itself, they didn't take it. They didn't take it well.
Yeah.
I was just literally trying to burn that place like fucking. Like Burr did Philly.
Yeah, that's the best. That's the best. 7 minutes left.
I think I had 4 comics dying. Reggie, have you met him? It's a black comic. Just started. I forgot his last name.
It sounds familiar.
I had
but I
him
can't
dying
put a
in
face
the
to
booth
name.
as I was roasting this girl at the bar. Like she wouldn't shut up in the middle of my set. And this lovely black lady. I'm like, why are you talking like this is a movie? Like, but yeah.
That's all funny.
Everybody in
He's
Bankers
like,
Hill.
don't go there with your premises, dog.
And then at the end,
you gonna get killed.
And then as Joe was lighting me, the host, at the end, I'm like, all right, I'm sorry if you got offended by my set. Hillcrest is that way.
That's pretty good.
It's a gay neighborhood in San Diego. I just basically called the room gay. They didn't take too kindly to that. Yesterday I got called a faggot.
Really?
At First Street Bar and Grill at Encinitas.
Who, like somebody in the crowd?
Honey Bear.
Oh, well,
Honey Bear
she
called
loves
me a faggot.
throwing that word around.
She called me a faggot. She called Goo a faggot. I don't know if this is going to get flagged on YouTube now, but yeah.
No, we should be.
It was a pejorative that was thrown my way.
That's hilarious.
By a lesbian. I think it was a rainbow hat I was wearing. But.
Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, no, I fucking it is a very nice crew though, dude. I love all the people in San Diego. Like actually
it's such a loving scene here.
Yeah, like talking about Honey Bear, like yesterday I was sitting at the table with her and like fucking a couple other comics, and she's just like saying, she's like, why? She's like, I care about you guys. She's like, why would I care if you guys died? She's like, I would care if you guys, if something happened to you guys died, like I would care. She's like, I don't know why. Like, and I was laughing, but I was like, it's fucking, like I love it. It's very cute. It's very true. Like it's like everybody is. You just see the same faces and you just can't help but
and I mean in 11
years,
to
people.
Sadly, I've buried plenty of friends in this.
That's what happens though. I mean, like with just life, like I've lost so many friends just through like falling apart or a fucking misunderstanding or whatever, and then just don't talk. It's a bummer.
You're losing a community member. You're losing
people
someone
die.
Well, yeah. Like, I mean, over the last 10 years, I mean, I've lost count how many comics who are good friends of mine that have passed away. Whether it be their battles with addiction or even mental health, or tragically, like car accidents or tragedy. And when it happens, it totally rocks the community.
Yeah, it's so fucked.
And it literally puts you through this whole how long you've known these people, whether it be in life as a comic. And sorry to bring the room down.
No, it's a part of it. I mean,
but what I learned from that tragedy, there's still something funny that you could find in almost anything.
Yeah,
And,
yeah,
and,
yeah.
and that's how I deal with darkness. That's how I deal with tragedy, trauma, is you try to make it funny. You try to
Yeah.
find a reason to laugh at it.
Totally,
You,
totally.
you, you brought up what happened out in Pennsylvania with the president.
Uh-huh.
Fuck, how many of us took it to the stage to
Oh,
kind
the
of talk
next
it out
day.
the
Yeah,
very
yeah.
next day?
Yeah, or that night. Yeah,
Same
yeah.
day, yeah.
Or the same day. I saw
Yeah,
some of the most brilliant bits the same day.
yeah, yeah. Mark Norman had a good one.
Dude,
Fucking,
Sarah Lee Steiner had a good one.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
at Madhouse, like the day of, and it's just like to me that's a comic that doesn't stop working,
Yeah,
and,
no,
and
totally.
we can't stop working if we want to be good at this shit.
Totally. And you got to get out too. Like, you got to go out every night, which sucks. Sometimes you're just tired or you're just like, I don't fucking feel like
But
it.
you also got to deal with your own mental health. So
You
like
do.
literally
You do
dragging
have to.
yourself out when you're fucking literally
Yes.
sleep deprived. Although in manic bits, some of the best art and inventions are created.
Dude,
However, to try to
to sustain manicness on a longer period, it's
like to
it's
do that,
unmanageable.
it's
Hypomania. It's just called hypomania when it doesn't infect your life.
Okay.
but
Yeah.
when it affects your life, that's where the artist gets caged. In
Yeah.
my opinion, those bits of mania is what creates some music
Uh-huh.
that you were talking about. When I was a traveling musician, some of our best music was written like at a truck stop at 2 or 3 in the morning after a gig.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
like I
When you're
remember
just
Kansas City writing like one of the best ska songs we ever wrote, and it was like
yeah.
after a gig at 3 in the morning.
It's that insomniac time period.
Yeah, it's that
We've been
period where
watching
the
a lot
world
of
shuts down,
Insomniac.
like the stars are
Yeah,
above,
yeah,
and there's not enough noise to distract you.
yeah.
And really, the only people who find that are the people who,
Stay up late enough to catch it.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
honestly,
No, it's true. And I think I've heard, also another theory kind of along those lines are just like, less people are awake. There's more energy just present because not everybody's like tapping into this fucking whatever this source of whatever we need to fuel us and stay creative and stay sustained through the day. And so if there's less people awake tapping into that, there might be a more readily available source of, to create. And
what we're tapping into in the evening is the same, in my opinion, the same vibration and energy that exists during the day, but it's definitely a different vibration.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And there's just less people using it because
Yeah.
there's less people awake. So it's like just like if it was a bandwidth or something, and everybody's on the internet at the same time, and then less people get off of it, and so then it's running faster and smoother because
But if you
it's
look
not.
as far as entertainment, most of us are entertained in the evening.
Yeah.
So if you're tapping in to what triggers people's attention
Mm-hmm.
at night, like
Yeah.
that's where I go into the darkness. I mean,
Yeah.
fuck,
Yeah.
how
Yeah.
many times have I been forced to watch some murder documentary and I'm like, babe, shut this off.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it's like shit that chicks
Yeah.
want to watch at night.
Yeah. For
And it's
real.
uh,
It's scary.
so I tell jokes about it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For sure.
exactly.
Which
Why
is
are,
good because it's levity. It's adding some levity to this instead of like terrifying yourself with like being crippled with anxiety and you don't even want to go like to the bathroom because you're like, oh, there's shadows around the corner.
oh my god, yeah, at that
I'm
point
a
you gotta
pussy.
like lay off the sativa, brain's going too fucking crazy. You're too scared to fucking take a piss. Holy shit.
Yeah. No, that's fucking true. Man, I just watched 2 nights ago. I just watched Caddyshack for the first time and Harlem Nights for the first time.
Okay,
Both
so
in the same night.
Caddyshack, being the first time you watch Caddyshack in 2024,
Yeah.
you think it holds up?
Well, I'd never watched it before this, but I liked it.
You
I
liked
fucking
it?
really liked it. Which, like, I was disappointed when I watched Animal House. I didn't really like Animal House, but I like really
Surprising.
love.
Okay.
But I love Belushi. I think Belushi's so funny
Yeah.
and fucking hilarious and amazing. And so I was like, and I watched Blues Brothers. I love Blues Brothers. And then I was like, all right, I want to watch Animal House. I watched Animal House, and I was like, it was just like maybe it's just a little too slow for me, or so, I don't know. I just
Well,
didn't-
it's just
it's
the
made-
pacing of the movies
Exactly.
when they were made. But Caddyshack for me is one of those timeless films.
it's so good.
Because if you look at the themes introduced, like I went to school at San Diego State,
Yeah.
creative writing
Yeah.
emphasis major
Hell
in
yeah.
like film.
Hell yeah.
Like Professor Nelson taught me the structure of film, and that was a movie we dissected, and it's
That's
just
sick.
it's perfect. Like
Yeah.
every single character that's
So
introduced,
good.
arcs, every single dynamic through all three acts is completely resolved at the end.
Yeah.
It's a timeless us versus them. You have a Zen master in
Yeah.
Thai through the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
like to me, the folly of Thai is the same character Lebowski was. It's
Uh
just
huh.
like that fucking Taoist Zen-like stance,
Yeah.
and he gets
Yeah.
thrown off it.
Yeah.
Like it's the same thing that happened to Lebowski. Like once you get thrown off that Zen, it's funny how the world falls apart.
Yeah.
Like
No, totally.
it's like you refuse to be the ball.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's crazy. And talking about fucking golfing movies, they're making another Happy Gilmore.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They're making because I just heard Nick Swartzen talking about he's gonna play the caddy.
Okay, with Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler's the
I
mo-
wonder
yeah,
if
he's writing it.
I
Adam
wonder if
Sandler's
Bijan
yeah, right.
Mustafavi is gonna be in it.
Yeah, I don't know
Shout
who
out to Bijan.
who's.
Like, must be nice. No,
Oh
Bijan, he's
yeah,
a San
yeah.
Diego comic, but he's Swartzen's feature.
Oh, okay, sick, dude. That's hella funny. Yeah, fucking. I love Nick Swartzen. He's so funny. He's about
Love
to come
Swartzen.
up.
Yeah,
He's about to
Terry
come up.
Reno 911.
Yeah.
Fucking is legendary.
And his stand up is really funny too. His
Yeah.
stand up is very funny. He's about to come out with a new special on July 18th.
Did you see him at the store last time he came through?
Oh
Oh yeah, fucking.
I want to. I want to see
Fucking
it. I've
legend.
never seen him live, but yeah, he's so funny. Fucking. And Grandma's Boy is like one of my favorite movies
Yeah.
ever of all time. I love Grandma's Boy.
Yeah, it's one of the greats.
Yeah, fucking Grandma's Boy. He turned down a second Grandma's Boy apparently. Which I mean, I understand.
You need the right
sequels.
script.
Sequels are hard to do.
Sequels are hard. I mean, like I saw Coming to America 2, and I hated it.
I couldn't-
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't even watch it.
I cried for it for fucking like decades, and when I finally got it, I was so angry.
Yeah, that does suck when you're just like, you ruined
You
the
ruined
legacy.
the legacy.
Oh, Back
of
to the Future.
Zamunda.
Back to the Future is coming with a fourth one.
Ugh.
That's probably gonna be terrible.
Script's gonna be shaky.
Yeah,
at
that's
best.
gonna be terrible. But still, I'm kind of just like, that's kind of cool. That's kind of fun. Like,
So my question is like, CGI, does that solve Parkinson's?
CGI.
Well, Michael J.
Oh,
Fox.
Michael J. Fox.
Yeah,
Oh, is he gonna be?
there'll
in
be an
it?
AI filter.
It'll be an
for
AI filter,
stability.
a Steadicam. They're probably going to film it on a
Yeah.
gimbal, and then hook him up to the gimbal.
Yeah.
So as he shakes, the camera's just gonna.
It's all first person, like, or like from his eye.
Oh
Or
my
he's just
God.
always listening to music. His character is always listening to music. That's, yeah.
Oh fuck, dude, that's so funny.
Oh no. I'd be interested to see where they go with Back to the Future. Like the thing that blew my mind. All right, that was 1985,
Yeah, maybe.
and then he went back to 1955.
Uh-huh.
So that would be if we went back to fucking. If we rewound
94?
now.
94.
50 years.
No, if we were
30.
30 years.
94.
30 years. Oh,
We would be at 90. I'd be in high school. You'd be going back to my high school.
oh, I'd be one.
It'd be 7.
Yeah, and if we went back to 1994, I would have just learned guitar.
Nice.
Listened to Operation Ivy and Green
Shout
Day.
out. Hell yeah.
Out of the East Bay. Was first introduced to ska. Like the Specials.
Do you see Green Day playing with Jimmy Fallon in the New York Tunnel?
Yeah.
That was cool. They
That was
they
cool.
played like a show where they were like all dressed up and like fucking like they were all in disguise, like looking like old dudes or something,
Yeah.
and then they all take off the disguise. And it's just
I
Jimmy
met Trey
Fallon.
Cool, the drummer
That's
at
sick.
Soma.
Yeah.
Before,
Uno, dos,
before
Trey.
a show.
Uh-huh.
Like it was, dude. Like it was epic. He was just sitting there at the door, as people were going in. No one
Yeah.
noticed, and I'm like, hey.
That's sick, dude. Hell yeah.
But yeah, that was on Morena Street. That was the Warning tour, I think.
Hell
No,
yeah.
Nimrod, I think.
Hell
The
yeah.
Nimrod tour.
That's sick.
But yeah, fuck. Green Day's a band that made me pick up guitar.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, that's
Their Kerplunk album, um, yeah, changed my life.
hell yeah.
But like prior to that, I was into hip hop as well.
Nice.
Breakdancing, like
Yeah.
Lords of the Underground was like my shit.
Hell yeah.
Fucking like Chief Rocka. Yeah, you mentioned Tribe. Tribe for
Love
sure.
Tribe.
Eric Jamal.
Yeah, Fushnikins. Um, uh, yeah, like I really like.
Fushnikins did an album with Shaq.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
one of my favorite rap albums.
yeah.
Like,
Can we
ever.
rock? What's up, dog?
Yeah.
But yeah, I really like the East Coast, just the East Coast beats.
Yeah, that's my favorite too. Is like the jazz kind of samples and the fucking, that's just classic boom bap with jazz samples
So
and shit.
so like in the early '90s, I was going with my cousins to like the undergrounds down on the South Side.
yeah.
Fucking we're getting guns pulled on us. 'Cause
Jesus
we could dance
Christ.
better. Shit.
Oh
It's
shit.
Fucking
What
yeah.
the
Yeah,
fuck?
we're going
That's
back to
crazy, bro.
1994.
What the
Going
fuck?
back to '94,
Tell
bro.
us about that, dude. Guns pointed.
I forgot where the underground was, but it was just like
It was like a dance battle, and
yeah,
then dudes
dance
got fucking
battles and someone pulled a
pissed.
gun and
What
got
the
pissed.
fuck?
Yeah,
Yo, that's crazy to get that mad at dancing, bro. Like,
That's why the dance movies came out to try to curb the violence.
so
They,
that-
like
so-
solve it with dancing.
Yeah.
So that happened. Basket Case came out. What would have been 94, 95?
yeah,
And then I remember being stoned, watching MTV, watching Trey Cool just drum, like, and that snare roll, like
Yeah,
that
yeah.
he does on Basket Case. I was just mesmerized.
that's sick.
At that point, within a month, picked up a guitar, stopped hanging out with like my cousins that were going down.
Yeah,
to these.
you're like, I can't get shot
I
over
don't
this
wanna be
breakdancing
shot
shit,
over
bro.
music
I ain't trying to
and
catch
break-
some smoke
I'm pretty good at
just for.
breakdancing, but at this point, I was playing football at school and fucking like learned to play guitar, and then ended up starting a band with like my friend Aaron, Ryan, and Rob.
Yeah, you're like, I'm tired of my weekends turning from breakdancing to break yourself.
Yeah, and then like, but Green Day inspired me to pick up a guitar. I learned
That's
at bar
sick.
chord.
Was that one of the coolest shows you've seen? Is that the Green Day, or what's your favorite? Do you have a couple of your favorite live performances you've caught, like in
one of the coolest performances, Real Big Fish.
Yeah, opening for 'em.
Opening for them. But the first time I saw them, they played a venue called Soul Kitchen in El Cajon.
Hey baby, welcome to Soul Kitchen.
The place was like about like the
You want
size
some
of a
grits?
Starbucks, and there were only
You want
10,
some collard greens, baby?
there were only 10 people that showed up to see him.
Oh,
And
wow.
this was the year that they released Turn the Radio Off.
Okay.
And that concert was amazing. My band was there to see him. My friends from Jerry Lives Twice, another band in San Diego,
Oh, yeah.
they were there to see him, and a few scattered people. Like, to watch Real Big Fish at their height with the
Yeah.
original band members was amazing.
That's sick, dude.
Skank and Pickle, I saw Legend
That's a
ska
band.
band.
That's sick.
Yeah.
I
Mike
heard
Parks ska band.
Skank and Pickle.
Yeah, out of Berkeley.
Oh yeah, dude.
Like, I saw them play. What was it? The World Beats Center, which was located off of Washington at the time.
Mm-hmm.
It was Skink and Pickle, Meal Ticket, Slapstick, an MU330. Legendary show for ska.
Hell yeah.
Now, Tool Anywhere, to be honest.
All
like,
the Tool shows you've seen.
I've seen them 13 times.
Wow. Oh,
The best Tool show, Open Air Theater, San Diego State, 2001.
yeah.
It was sitting row 10.
Uh-huh.
Fucking Maynard got brought out in a girdle.
Damn. What
It
the
was
fuck?
fucking they rocked the stage for that. It was fucking amazing.
Was he? Wait, why did he get brought out in a girdle?
Because he can. It's fucking Maynard James Keenan.
What is a girdle?
Yeah. What is a girdle?
Fucking basically just like a thong.
Oh,
Just like a leather one or some shit.
It was white. It matched his pale skin. And then he stood in front of the fucking display screen, which at that time was, I don't know, like to sit there and watch a young Tool was amazing.
That's
but it launched me down the trajectory of following that band for like the next 20 fucking years plus.
Hell yeah, dude.
Because every time they came through, had to watch them, and the evolution of that band from how angry they used to be to the spiritual enlightenment of Lateralis.
So I know
10,000 days.
I know that they call dead or it's like people who are fans of the dead like deadheads, right?
Yeah.
So do they call Tool fans shedheads? No, I'm just kidding. It's like a tool shed.
We're referred to as Tool Army, the Tool Army, or we're known as idiots.
Yeah.
It's
Shedhead. Nobody. No, I'm just kidding.
No, shitheads are
No, shedhead. No, I said shedhead
If
because
you
like
said if you
it's like
said shitheads, that's Eddie Ifs. Eddie If has the shitheads.
Yeah.
And that was your first comedy show you
I
ever
get
saw,
to see
right?
Eddie Ifft in Seattle.
Like live or not first, but I mean the first you drove. That was one of the, because I saw you post a story about driving down to see them or that podcast.
So Venice, Bronson Jones and Matt Devlin used to run the Townhouse in Venice.
Okay.
When I was an electrician, used to travel quite a bit,
Yeah.
and came across that show when I was listening to Eddie Ifft and Jim Jeffries' podcast.
Okay.
So I ended up going to the Townhouse to catch a couple shows there.
Yeah.
My first stand-up show, honestly, Stanhope.
That's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
What? My favorite comic, dude.
Yeah, like
literally my favorite. God, that's so sick. Your first
I
was
saw
Stanhope.
Stanhope at the Funny Bone
Fuck, dude.
in Richmond, Virginia.
Fuck. How do you start comedy after seeing Stanhope for your first? Like, I would just be like, well, I'm gonna go fucking end my life.
Because I caught him in Richmond. And then it was when I was a traveling electrician.
Yeah.
And then when I came home to San Diego, he was then playing Winston's American Comedy Company, and then the Comedy Store.
All three.
Like all three.
What the fuck? Him at Winston's? That's crazy.
He used to do Winston's quite a bit.
What? That's crazy, dude.
Yeah,
Winston's in OB. Seeing Stanhope in OB, dude.
Dude,
the
he was great.
coolest
Like you catch Stanhope at the bar. This is when he was traveling with Lynn Shawcroft, Hedberg's.
Oh yeah.
Lady.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Fuck. Legendary time. Fuck, this had been 12, 13 years ago.
That's so cool, dude. Stanhope, one of the best ever.
Yeah, no, but he used to do Winston's quite a bit, and then I'd say that to my memory, I think was my first stand-up show.
Damn.
That's crazy. Was out in Richmond, because prior to that, like, I don't know, I'd seen like larger acts.
Yeah.
But specifically going to a comedy club to watch stand-up comedy, specifically, it was definitely Stanhope.
That's awesome. What was your first show, Joey? Comedy.
I was trying to think, and I know it's Howie Mandel. My mother showed me a Howie Mandel VHS. That was the first stand-up comedy I'd seen.
What was the first one you
But
went
the
to?
first live one might have been Dimitri Martin.
That's cool.
Where'd you go? Where'd you see?
In Maine. I was at college, UMaine, and
he grew up in Maine. He was born in Maine.
Yeah.
Grew up
He had a slip at one point, and he was like, "Well, I almost ate shit there." I was like, "Wait, was that part
just
of the
like this
act?
set?
Is he working on his pratfall, or was that a legit Never knew, but yeah, he was great.
That's funny.
I think it was Dimitri Martin. Green Day was my first concert.
Oh,
nice.
Sick. Oh, cool.
That's a password check for Joey right there.
Yep.
Try to hack him.
Yep.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Take my information. I don't know anymore.
Take his debt too. He doesn't need it.
What was your first dog's name? What was the first city, or what was the kind of car? Your first kind of car?
Max.
What was your mom's maiden name?
Nobody knows that.
No, just kidding. Those are all the similar password. Fucking.
Oh, is that what that is?
Like, because he said
joking,
like one of your
of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your first pet's name?
Control. What?
First pet's name.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
Cricket.
No.
I think it was Leia, Princess Leia. But no, I was gonna say fucking my first stand up show was like Hannibal Buress, I think.
Nice.
Or because I loved him on like Broad City, and then I saw him later on fucking Eric Andre show and shit, and like And so I was just like, oh, he's really funny. And then Nick Offerman, too, I actually saw do stand up. He was
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Ron Burgundy in fucking Parks and Rec.
So,
and
what
shit.
would be the best
He's funny.
stand-up show that
He
you
wasn't
guys?
Ron Burgundy,
Uh,
Ron Swanson.
Oh yeah, that's
If you had to
fuck,
pick-
dude.
if
Thank
you-
you for catching that, dude.
You were
The
talking
internet
about
would have
most
eaten me
epic music
alive.
shows, but most epic stand-up show that you've witnessed.
God, as of recent years, I want to say Duncan Trussell was my favorite that I've seen lately.
Duncan's set.
It was
I saw at the store.
so
Fucking
good.
legendary.
He's so fucking funny, and like he had so many like good like connections and
the way
crossovers
he
and like
blesses the stage when he starts.
yeah,
Amazing.
so funny.
And then the way it ends.
I saw Shane Gillis do his Beautiful Dogs before he put it on Netflix, like when he was touring that.
Yeah.
And I saw Dan Soder do On the Road, like most of the jokes I saw they put out on those specials. I saw them do both those live like last year, and they were really good sets. Those were really probably some of the better.
Amazing.
And then just at fucking Skankfest last year and the year before that, I saw so many
Skankfest, fucking
people.
legends.
Tim Dillon, fucking,
Tim
I mean.
Dillon, yeah.
Ron White was super fucking funny. Oh, Harlan Williams was so fucking funny.
Yeah.
I love Harlan Williams.
How about you, Joey?
Live performances. I mean, I've seen Taylor Tomlinson up in Seattle.
Legend.
I went to see Mark Norman and Joe List like 2 weeks apart from each other. Mark Norman was like crazy sold out. Joe List had super discount tickets. Like I paid $5
Shout out to the sellers.
to see
That's
Joe
right
List.
$5?
Yeah, for Joe List, but
This
it was
a couple years ago.
Yeah, but both were like incredible,
Fucking legends, yeah.
incredible,
I love
and their
Joe List. Joe
openers
List
were
is so
great.
fucking funny. Mark Norman's so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you? What's your favorite stand-up show?
Well, recently I saw Tina Frimmel at Mic Drop.
I'm not familiar.
She's a comedy seller comic.
Handicap, like
Yeah.
wheelchair.
She has I believe cerebral
CP?
palsy.
Yeah.
Gorgeous. She's
Very
like
attractive
a
lady.
like a PB9, and fucking the funniest lady comic I've seen. She dropped an hour that was amazing. I'd say probably the best show I saw this year. Best act I saw this year.
To be fair,
Wow.
it's easier for her to get to an hour though, because her pacing is so good.
Her pacing, her
she's
timing.
slower because of her speed. That
Her
was side of a
crowd
joke,
work.
but yeah.
Her crowd work.
Her hour is 45, really.
But
But
yeah,
no, she's really good.
like the last time I had seen a lady comic drop like a solid rolling hour was Whitney Cummings.
I love Whitney
I
Cummings.
saw Whitney
She's
drop
so fucking
She's
funny.
really-
drop an hour
Whitney's
at
so
the
fucking funny.
store in La Jolla.
Mhm.
Amazing.
She's up there on my Rushmore of female comics, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, Whitney, fucking
Taylor.
Annie Letterman, I really love. She's super funny. Fucking Bonnie McFarlane,
But
which is Rich Voss's.
One of the
wife.
best nights in comedy I ever had was when I was living out in New York. I went to the Cellar.
Mhm.
Liz told me, "Hey, you have to drop in." I'm like, "Dude, I've been here 4 days
That's
in
so
a row."
cool. That's so cool.
And,
You
and
know,
then Liz
Liz.
is like, "Don't turn around, but Dave Chappelle's behind you, so come in tonight." I'm like, "Okay, I will."
That's so cool.
Went to the Cellar, was outside smoking a cigarette, and then of course fucking Chappelle drops by, and then so I'm outside. He's getting rushed, and then Chappelle steps aside, and he's like, "Hey, who are you?" And I'm like, "Hi, I'm Randy. Just moved here from Vegas." And then we started shooting the shit, and then
That's
Liz
so cool.
yells, she's like, "Get your ass down here, Randy! They're gonna give away your fucking seat."
Oh my
And then,
god.
so I'm like, "All right, later, Dave. Fucking just sit down." He goes in. Fucking. This was before he recorded the Netflix special in 20. This would have been 2019.
Yeah, right before COVID.
Yeah, right before COVID, right before lockdown.
Damn.
And he did about 40 minutes, and then brought up Aziz Ansari, who just dropped his Netflix special that night.
Yeah, damn.
And then the both of them
The
were doing a
apology
bump in
one.
mics.
Damn.
He asked the crowd for a cigarette, and then Liz yelled at me, "Randy, give Dave a cigarette." So I gave Dave my entire
That's
pack.
so fucking cool, dude.
And then watched them go for about an hour, and then the mushrooms they were on kicked in, and then fucking Michael.
You were on mushrooms? Oh, they were on mushrooms.
And
Wait, who
maybe,
is on
yeah,
mushrooms?
sure, why not? But it's New York, anything happens.
Who is?
But then like fucking Michael Che from SNL
Yeah, I love Michael
showed up.
Che. Oh, he's
So
a
it was like the
brilliant
three
comic.
of them doing a bump and mics.
Wow,
wild.
fuck,
Like
dude,
in
that's
2019
that's
pre-pandemic,
fire,
like
dude. That's fire.
hands down one of the best shows. It was like probably about like easily like, yeah, we cleared out of the cellar
Yeah,
fucking
3 hour
so
show
late,
or something.
late,
4 hour
that the
show.
liquor store was closed. I couldn't even get a pack of smokes. Had a
Oh my
bum of
god.
fucking Newport from someone. I'm like, I smoke American Spirit Blacks. Like,
They're like, why don't you have a cigarette, bro? Like, I gave my last
I'm
one
like,
to Dave
Chappelle
Chappelle.
is inside smoking my pack right
Yeah,
now.
yeah. I gave
I
all
can't
my-
get anywhere near him.
Yeah. That's so
But
funny.
yeah, no, it
That's
was
fucking
amazing
epic.
night.
Damn, dude, that is a
Like
crazy.
one of the best nights. I got to see him work so much material that ended up being on that.
That's so cool, and that's so cool. You know Liz like on a first name basis.
Well,
and
like
shit.
I met her in. She came out to Vegas, and I
Liz
met.
books the Comedy Store.
And I met Gnome when he first opened up the cellar when I
Yeah.
was living out in
Or not
Vegas.
Comedy Store, I mean Comedy Cellar.
The cellar.
So yeah. he
And
books
then I
Comedy
met
Cellar.
Gnome Dorman when
Yeah,
he opened up
and he
the
owns
cellar,
the Comedy Cellar.
out in Vegas.
Yeah,
So it's
That's sick.
love those guys. Much love out to the cellar.
that's so cool. I've never been to the Cellar, but
I need
obviously
to get back out there. Last time I was
I
out
wanna
there was
go.
2019.
That's so cool.
But yeah, no. Inspired me watching the fucking killers that are there every single fucking night.
Yeah,
And just to sit there, just in the corner, just to learn.
No,
was
that's
fucking
crazy,
legendary.
dude. And to catch a fucking Chappelle drop in to fucking, and then the three of them riffing on stage like that's fucking just
Yeah.
right there. That's New York comedy right there, because you're not gonna catch that shit almost anywhere else. Like
LA,
legends
like LA, you'll get
at the
Chappelle
store, at the
at
store,
at
yeah.
the store, you'll get Chappelle drop in every now and then.
Occasionally, yeah, but you have to like be there a lot.
Yeah,
to
he drops
catch
it at
that.
their improv too.
Yeah,
Like fucking, I missed a Chappelle drop in Hollywood. Like
Uh-huh.
I was at the store. I used to work with the company that sponsors Sam Tripoli's Comedy Chaos.
yeah.
So we were packing up.
Triple is
leaving.
very funny.
Yeah, I was working with Canacraft, so that's ABX, Farmer and the Felon, and we were packing up, leaving. And I had that gut feeling as I was saying goodbye to all the comics I knew, but no one said anything. And then as we drove away, I saw the post like Chappelle dropped in the fucking car.
Oh, god
And I'm like,
damn it.
son of a bitch, he pulled up just as we left.
Damn it.
Like,
That's the
fucking-
worst.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I'm
when
just like,
you
we
get.
just missed a Chappelle drop. And I was in fucking Long Beach going like, fuck.
That's
Like just on the
bullshit.
drive home going like, what?
Damn it, dude. Damn it. That's crazy.
But yeah. So yeah, that Chappelle, fucking Aziz, and Michael Che show, definitely
That's
up
sick.
there.
That's fucking top notch.
Like
for sure.
definitely top. This year it was Tina Frimmel. Was the best set I've seen this year.
Yeah.
And
Heather Shaw was really dope. She
Yeah.
like blew me away at the ACC. I didn't know her stuff. She kind of is like a lesbian chick that looks like Jim Carrey, and she does a lot of that joke. But like then she'll do a lot of other shit too. And she was fucking. I did not stop laughing, you know.
Yeah.
And then of course Attell fucking murdered this year, like when he came through.
Attell was amazing. That's fucking goat right there.
Just
Yeah.
one of the best
Kurt
ever.
Metzger.
Metzger's so funny.
Metzger's birthday show at American Comedy Company. Was
Yeah.
Fucking legendary.
That was fun.
dude.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Like for me, just how forward thinking a lot of his jokes were,
Yeah.
and how sensitive he kept pressing everybody's fucking comfort levels was just like a perfect execution of
Yeah.
like, this is my joke. You guys came here to see me.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
I'm
sure.
sorry that you don't like how the war in Ukraine's going, but most of you guys are getting drafted. Like it's just-
Yeah. He did have that one great bit where it was like something about like being 21 and like
the guy in the
you're all
front
gonna be
row,
drafted,
Like,
like-
it was just so legendary.
Yeah.
Like I'd say Metzger, Frimmel,
Yeah.
were my two favorite this year.
Yeah.
If I had to rewind the last 11, brought up Attell. I saw Dave Attell when he did the Madhouse Comedy
Wow.
Club.
Damn, that's sick.
Back at its location at Horton Plaza,
Okay, I never was
next
there.
to Nordstrom.
Okay.
This would have been 2012.
Damn.
I want to say.
Wow.
it's what inspired me to be a comic, to be
That's
honest,
crazy. That's
because like
awesome.
the place wasn't even sold out,
Yeah.
and he made the comment, um, how many open micers are you going to put in front of me? And he was, I believe he was telling Robert that at the back. Um, I forgot who opened up for him. I think this comic, Hugo Chu, not around anymore, but like shout out to
He
Hugo.
got chewed up.
He did his best,
Spit out.
but like fucking
The
like
scene chewed him up.
Dave shat on everyone. It
Was
was
it like 5 people went up before him, or
like
because sometimes that
it
happens?
was like 3 or 4,
Okay,
but it was enough
yeah.
to make David Tell feel uncomfortable.
It just
Yeah.
annoyed.
Has to
Bash.
address it.
Yeah.
And
Has
address
to address
and
it.
address how uncomfortable
He's
it
like,
was.
I'm gonna fucking.
He's like, hey, I'm here.
It's like, I
Yeah.
understand that wasn't
He's
great
like,
for
what the
you.
fuck is
Like-
happening right now? He's like, let me get up.
And
I
I
have to
wasn't
see
even
another
a comic
hack do it
fan,
fucking
and I was sitting
20
there.
minutes.
It's like Kobe watching people miss free throws. What the fuck?
Like
Yeah.
like
Let
like
the
at
game
this
start.
point, watching that comedy show, I was sitting there going like, so these people are hanging out with David Tell in the green room right now. Like I could do this shit.
Yeah, you're like, yeah,
I could go
yeah.
up.
Yeah, you watched
and,
3 hacks
and
eat shit before
bat
David Tell.
Maybe 20,
Yeah.
25% of the room
Yeah.
hit. That's good enough to be a Padre.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like as long as I hit about 300,
Yeah.
like I could hang out and smoke a cigarette with David. And yeah, so fast forward all the way to fucking 2019, outside the cellar smoking a cigarette with the Tell, or 2017 at the cellar, yeah, smoking a cigarette with the Tell in Vegas.
That's
Like
dope. Yeah,
it just have like having that like just a couple conversations with him, like
that's so good.
it's humbling to see a man who works that fucking hard
Never stops. Never
beat
stops working.
himself up
Yeah, never stops working.
for a
Never happy
set
with his stuff.
that he leveled.
Yeah, murders an audience, and
Murdered.
then you're like, that was
Murdered
amazing. And he's
an
like,
audience.
I fucking suck.
You have
I'm
the
a
hate-
fucking-
yeah, I
yeah,
think
yeah,
pretty
yeah.
much
I
that's
hate
And
that.
to sit outside and just watch him beat himself up.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. Yeah.
It like to me makes me feel better about my long drives home
Yeah.
as I'm eating in and out by myself.
Yeah. Yep.
Spilling on my lap.
Yeah, if you
somewhere
don't
about San
clearly know
Clemente.
that moment in your fucking memory, you haven't done enough open mics yet.
Just
Because
sitting there going like, damn it, my fucking tie-dye pants now has a fucking Thousand
more
Island
tie dye.
splotch.
Yeah, more tie dye. Fucking Thousand Island tie.
Thousand Island splotch because I couldn't. Anyways, yeah.
Hell yeah.
As I'm trying to go, like the people in Costa Mesa didn't like me.
One last fucking question, then we'll wrap up. But who do you think is your favorite person that
God.
you've opened for in comedy? Because I know Real Big Fish is like probably your favorite that you've opened for in music, maybe.
yeah. For bands wise, yeah, like
Real Big Fish.
open up with Aaron Barrett, Scott,
Yeah.
Dan,
Yeah,
like all those guys are Real Big Fish. Some of the best times traveling the
that's
US with those
crazy.
guys.
Yeah.
But in comedy, this is gonna be hard. I'd have to say one of my favorite shows that I ever did was the Dirty at 12:30 in Las Vegas.
Uh-huh.
At that time, Gabe, Lopez, he runs that. That's Ralphie May's room.
Okay,
Like
sick.
they both started that.
Wow.
And it's packed South Point Casino. Honestly, starts at 12:30 Friday nights, well, going into Saturday. Edwin San Juan, resident headliner at Planet Hollywood, was headlining that night. Spiros Savalas, who was it? Blackshear, and myself opened up that show.
Hell yeah.
Like, Spiro's been growing. He's a regular at Kimmel's Comedy Club out in Vegas.
Nice.
Watching him grow through TikTok, it's been fun. Like
Hell
you know,
yeah.
he blew up.
Yeah.
And then like I actually started touring, And Edwin, I mean, I've looked up to Edwin San Juan since I started doing stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
He's opened so many doors for me.
Hell yeah.
He introduced me to George Perez. Introduced me to Joey Diaz.
Hell yeah.
Um,
Wow, that's sick.
like, but yeah, opening up for Edwin's fun because I mean, he's my buddy. He's like Filipino,
Yeah.
fucking like cousin family,
That's dope.
and took me under his wing to kind of teach me a little bit about the game.
That's
And,
fire.
and I always have to tip the chalice to my kuya, Edwin,
That's dope.
because
man.
every time I work with him, it's always fun.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. No, that's awesome. Fuck yeah. And shit, man. Well, any other any fucking like crazy do you remember any of like your most craziest, like, do you have any crazy bomb stories? Like anytime that you like that really sticks with you, or that's just like a crazy like
Yeah, I remember I was doing this bar in Mammoth Lakes, California.
Yeah.
The Tap.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
anybody in the Eastern Sierra are skiers, snowboarders, or rock climbers, or
Hell yeah,
fishermen,
yeah.
it's just basically upstairs in this bar, and was doing this. It was a music / comedy show, but I was doing my set, and I remember I did a Mexican joke, and there was this drunk Mexican at the bar who said, "I'll fucking cut you," and pulls a knife, and then they
Oh,
literally
Mike
had
pulled
to
a knife? Holy shit!
and they obviously threw him
Yo,
out,
that's
but like
so scary.
on
What the
on
fuck?
stage, I'm like, oh wow, a Mexican wants to cut me. I'm like, a Colombian would have done it faster, and
Oh my god!
it was like, whoa. The people who caught the guy who was being aggressive was just like he was at the back of the room. I was on the stage here. It was hilarious to the people who caught it,
Oh
because
my-
I'm just sitting there. Because as he started stepping, a few people were like, whoa, 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 and then like they got him out of the bar. But fuck, man, yeah, that was
That's so funny. That's
Yeah.
so funny. Like, I feel like when anybody gets like physical, my approach is always to just try and like I do look up to the comics who like will just keep shitting on somebody. I try and get with them where I'm like, whoa, buddy, like
I
come
just
here, man.
I just
I'm like-
shat on a completely different country that they hate playing soccer against. Because like I mean, like fucking Colombia, Viva Colombia, Luis Diaz,
Yeah.
But like no, like I even forgot what the joke was, but it was enough to go like, holy shit, like I fucking just threatened to fucking cut me for a joke. Like,
That shit's
yeah.
crazy, dude. People will take jokes pretty far sometimes where it's like, holy shit, like, I don't know, you gotta be fucking just, I guess you gotta be careful, but I think it's dumb when like you have to, like, again, it's the editing thing, and it's like you want to just be able to free speech and say what you want, and
Yeah, but yeah, definitely want to plug the
yeah,
shows I
plug,
got coming up
yeah,
here.
please plug right now,
Um,
yeah.
Easy opportunity, and dude, thanks for having me on the podcast.
Oh,
guys.
thanks for
This
coming,
is-
man. This is a really
definitely been
fun one, dude. This was a lot of fun. Good
Yeah,
content.
so coming up, I'm gonna be doing Ube World at the Mic Drop.
Okay,
That's
sick.
gonna be on July 28th.
Hell yeah.
Mic Drop Comedy Club here in San Diego.
Yeah.
I'll be out in Las Vegas, back in my old stomping grounds, at
Shout
Rick's
out.
Rollin' Smoke, Steve McAnelly's show.
Yeah.
That's gonna be on the 31st of July at the end of the month, as well. Then back in Chula Vista at the Galley. In August, on
Hell
August
yeah.
6th.
There it is.
Ace and Ragu show.
I love that.
And that's
Great
gonna
show,
be,
great room.
Yeah, that's going to be August 6th. And then, like in a couple months, Mike McCullough has me on U31 North Park on 9/11.
Oh wow! Oh my god! Anybody who's gonna book you on 9/11 is brave, Randy.
Yeah. So, my
Anyone
9/11
booking you
set
on 9/11
in
is
North
brave.
Park, and then I'm booked to roast battle in November against Josh Loya.
Sick. Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
At the
Hell
La Jolla
yeah.
Comedy Store.
Yeah.
And that's going to be on November 6th.
Hell yeah! Look out for the blind jokes, people.
Yeah. And every Monday you can catch me at JP's Pub in Terrasana.
Yep, for trivia.
Yeah, Terrasana Trivia. I've been doing now 27 weeks
Wow.
of the most fucked up trivia you'll ever experience.
Hell yeah, dude! All right, and where can they find you, Randy? Where can they follow you?
On Instagram at Randy Villarba or Villarba. It's RandyVillarba. On Twitter at Randy Writes, WRITES. And yeah, Facebook. Feel free to find me, my page. It's up there.
Hell yeah,
I'm usually
man.
posting shit on that.
Hell yeah, dude. Thanks for coming in. I'll do some plugs real quick. I got a show coming up, Comedy Under the Stars, over at Bolt Brewing this Friday, July 19th. And then got and we got Top Shelf Comedy over at Belching Brewery, Belching Beaver, June 25th. I'm playing music on that show. And then I'm playing music. July. Sorry, July. All these are in July. God damn it. And then July 26th, day after that, I'm playing at the this theater, Guggenheim Theater, downtown San Diego. I'm doing music at it, but it's both of those shows are comedy shows.
That's fancy.
Yeah, that one Tommy threw together, and then the other one that's what?
Tommy the Roach.
Yeah, Tommy the Roach, and then
Tommy booked me on my first show ever.
Tommy's the shit, man. Tommy's the shit. Shout out to him. And yeah, fucking follow me, Wes Brenner, on any social or whatever, Wes Brenner Comedy. Joey?
Yeah, I don't have anything booked because I'm not successful. Go follow Randy. Follow Randy.
Yeah, we should have put Randy.
Book Joey.
Yeah, we should have put
Book
Randy as the headliner of the plugs. We should have done his plugs last.
Yeah.
You should have hosted the plugs. I should have featured middle act the plugs, and then you hosted. But follow Joey at Joey Mejia, Meija.
You still don't know how to spell it.
Meijia. Meijia.
It was Tommy's fake
name
name
for a
to
long
the cops
time.
when he was 14. He gave
Joey
Mejia
yeah,
to the police.
Yeah, that's what he would tell the police.
The first mic that I went to, he's like, is this his real name? That's the best
follow Joey
mic.
Mejia at Joey Joey Mejia Meijia comedy COMEDY.
They know how to spell comedy.
On comedy. All right, that's our time. We'll see you guys next time. We fucking love you. Big love.